Date is Thursday, March 9th. Let's get educated. Okay, turn off your mainstream media news. Turn it off, turn it off, turn it off. You are being distracted by propaganda. It's time to read. It's time to get educated. Okay, so this is going to be the beginning of a series. I'm going to read it out for you guys because a lot of you are stuck. One thing about that guy Tate, whatever his name is, I really didn't look much into what he had to say. But one thing he was right about, that if you're distracted, you can't actually think for yourself. If you're distracted, trying to survive, or stuck in some type of rut, stuck in a loop, or stuck on stupid, then yeah. Okay, you can't think for yourself, all right? And then you depend on TV. All right, so let's check this out. Okay, let's start with the beginning. As you guys all see, this is directly population 20. This is directly from the United Nations, New York, 2015 demographic challenges and opportunities for sustainable development planning. On the top right-hand corner of the document, you see it says economic and social affairs. So let's get started right away. The Department of Economic and Social Affairs of the United Nations Secretariat is a vital interface between global policies and the economic, social, and environmental spheres and national action. The department works in three main interlinked areas. Number one, it compiles, generates, and analyzes a wide range of economic, social, and environmental data and information on which states members of the United Nations draw to review common problems and take stock of policy options. Number two, it facilitates the negotiations of member states and many intergovernmental bodies on joint courses of action to address ongoing and emerging global challenges. And number three, it advises interested governments on the ways and means of translating policy frameworks developed in United Nations conferences and summits into programs at the country level. Through technical assistance, helps build national capacities. The Population Division of the Department of Economic and Social Affairs provides the international community with timely and accessible population data analysis of population trends and development outcomes for all countries and areas of the world. To this end, division undertakes regular studies of population size and characteristics and of all three components of population change: fertility, mortality, and migration. Founded in 1946, the Population Division provides substantive support on population and development issues to the United Nations General Assembly, the Economic and Social Council, and the Commission on Population and Development. It also leads or anticipates in various interagency coordination mechanisms of the United Nations system. The work of the division also contributes to strengthening the capacity of member states to monitor population trends and to address current and emerging population issues. Again, as we can all see, this was in 2015. Okay, they're talking about population trends. Population trends are monitored via social media networks. Social media networks are not really media to be social. Okay, that is far from the truth. We already know that social media, okay, is a way of monitoring trends. Now, when a billionaire comes and takes over Twitter and sits there and says, we're going to change the way we monitor, and then supposedly gives a little bit of insight on what they're doing, and a lot of people trust that. So, moving forward, as we could see, this was in 2015. It is now 2023. So, on the notes, the designations employed in this report and the material presented in it do not imply the expression of any opinions whatsoever on the part of the Secretariat of the United Nations concerning the legal status of any country, territory, city, or area of its authorities, or concerning the delimitation of its frontiers or boundaries. As we can see right now, what's going on mainstream media, they're claiming there is a breach of borderline here in the Americas. There's a breach of a borderline in Ukraine, and I could go on how many country lines have been breached because of this interglobalization system that we now all live within. As you can see, where this report is available in electronic format, I suggest everyone download this. I suggest everyone read it themselves. Okay? Show some intelligence, you guys. Alright? Show some intelligence. It's all fine and dandy to play around on social media and make fun of the ignorant, but it's time that a lot of the ignorant start reading what we're talking about. It's not just play. So we'll read the preface, and then after that, I'll go ahead and back out, and I'll let a couple of people go ahead and let's just say a couple billion of people look into this. If they can, everyone share it around. Look into it. You got something to say about it, post it. You want to debate this? It's time we debate what they're trying to plan for, or should I say what they are conspiring to plan for humanity. That means you, me, my family, your family. A lot of you don't have families because you're already in this process of depopulation and have totally embraced it. So on the preface, we see that the Population Division of the Department of Economic and Social Affairs, the DESA, of the United Nations Secretariat is responsible for providing the international community with up-to-date and scientifically objective information on population and development. If it's scientifically objective, here's where us humans, us regular general population should have a say. Because they're trying to say they know us. But they don't. We know they don't. They're just planning for us. And they're disregarding what we know. And they're disregarding who we know, where we know. Everything about thought itself is being, like, they don't care what we think. They're conspiring to make these plans for us. So moving forward, the Population Division provides guidance on population and development issues to the United Nations General Assembly, the Economic and Social Council, and the Commission on Population and Development, and undertakes regular studies on population estimates and projections, fertility, mortality, migration, reproductive health, population policies, and population and development interrelationships. This paper on research undertaken to draft the report of the Secretary General on integrating population issues into sustainable development, including in the post-2015 development agenda. Again, we are in an agenda. We are being scripted. There is an agenda. Do you guys comprehend this? Okay, so moving forward, it shows the date right there. It was in 2015. Presented at the 48th session of the Commission on Population and Development, 13-17 April 2015. So that would be April. So the 13th through the 17th of April 2015. This paper examines at greater length than the Secretary General's report the United Nations' latest population projections for countries and regions for the period 2015 through 2030. the implementation period of the 2030 agenda. It is being implemented. It is an agenda that is being implemented. It's right there. I'm reading it to you guys. It's right there. This is coming direct from the United Nations. Okay. So, where are we at? Sorry about that. Presented at the 48th session of the Commission of Population and Development 1370. The paper examines at greater length the Secretary General report, the United Nations implemented in order to identify the coming challenges to and opportunities for sustainable development associated with demographic trends over the near term. Drawing on the 2015 revision of world population prospects, that's another PDF you guys need to download or start reading. In order to identify the coming challenges to blah blah blah. It discusses the projected numbers of births, children of primary school age, adolescents and youth, women of reproductive age, older persons, and urban dwellers. By considering these demographic trends within the context of each country's existing capacity to meet the needs of its population, as assessed primarily through the progress achieved towards the Millennial Development Goal targets. Okay, so let me break that down. The MDG, the Millennial Goal, so that has started in the 80s. That was the original Agenda 21. It was the original 2030 agenda, but nobody gave a crap about it. It was rejected by every country. Nobody cared about it. But then when they started pushing it real harder, they changed the name to the Sustainable Development Goals. So basically, the Millennial Development Goals was the SDG before the year 2000 reached. We have been under an agenda, a population control agenda, since the beginning of World War I. The United Nations was originally the League of Nations. So, backing up, as we can all see right there, that between 2015 and 2030, they are implementing something, okay? And they are projecting everything. They already have numbers projected for us. We have to meet these deadlines, pun intended, literally deadlines, okay? And it includes children. Oh, it includes every demographic, every culture, literally every human was what they're saying right there. So moving forward, by considering these demographic trends within the context of each country's existing capacity to meet the needs of its population, as assessed primarily through progress achieved towards the MDG's targets, this report identifies where efforts must be intensified to expand basic services to growing numbers of people, as well as where population factors are likely to present opportunities to accelerate development progress. Moreover, this paper compares recent population growth trends in carbon emissions and energy use in order to understand the implications of demographic trends for environmental sustainability. Okay? As we can see, this paper was co-authored by Sarah Herdog, Population Affairs Officer, and Barney Cohen, Chief Population Studies Branch, Population Division, DISA. The paper is available at the Population Division's website at www.unpopulation.org. Unpopulation.org, really. For further information concerning this publication, please contact the Population Division. So if you see Population Division, look at those words. Divide the population. Population Division. Divide the population. For further information concerning this publication, please contact the Population Division, Department of Economic and Social Affairs, United Nations. There's the phone number. Call them, cuss them out. Tell them I said I gave you the number. 1212-963-3209. There's a fax number. 1212-963-2147. Send them a hateful fax. Email population@un.org. Tell them our population does not need their direct control. Do you guys even science, bro?